There's a ton of people out here who do not like the She-Hulk show. I do. I do. Like when I said a couple weeks ago that the She-Hulk show is definitely in my top five, I'd probably even sneak it into my top three. I absolutely mean it. I mean it because this is a show that doesn't take itself seriously. It's a show that is willing to laugh at itself, laugh at comic books in general, and then laugh at just the toxicity of the fandom on like Twitter or Reddit or anything along those lines. It's funny as shit. Like I'm having a blast with this show. I think I've laughed more. Is this the MCU series that I've laughed the most with? I would say yeah. I would say the Guardians of the Galaxy movies are typically the two movies that I have the most fun with, and that's because it has both of the movies have great comedic timing and fantastic music. Whereas the She-Hulk show is Marvel more or less taking a piss at not only the MCU in general, characters in general, but also like the toxicity of the fan base. It's fucking great. Every single week there's something else that I'm absolutely laughing at. And the fact that they brought back Wong for this episode, beautiful idea. Because like I said in like one of the previous episode reviews, it takes small concepts that you've probably thought about before, like what would happen if like someone went to Comertage for a week, learned like basic level magic, didn't stick around, came back to society and was basically using the magic for their own gain. Fuckery. Absolute fucking fuckery. And not only that, you get to see something I really didn't expect to see, which was the opening of portals to essentially other dimensions and realms. And we got like that lady whose name I do not remember, but I need a spin-off show with both her and Wong, because it is funny as hell the fact that she was so chill and nonchalant about basically being thrown into hell and then having to bargain her soul to come back from hell, only to end up on like Wong's couch. But it's the dynamic of the fact that like this magician was using spells from Comertage that he really didn't understand, and Wong was like, I could fuck him up, but I'm gonna take him to court. I'm gonna take him to court. And it's the entire thing where it's like the rules of Comertage meeting the American justice system, where the American justice system is like, yeah, you really can't put a copyright on magic. I mean, magic is kind of like for everybody. And Wong's kind of like, yeah, but being a shithead when using magic, you can open up portals to other realms and let in creatures that are dangerous, that could end up leading to people being hurt and or killed. And then Wong ends up proving his point. So now you have to sit there and wonder if like the American justice system is about to add magical laws to the books, which is like you must be a registered mage of Comertage or a registered mage of some organization that we, the American justice system, accept to be a bedrock foundation guarding force of magic before you can cast magic in the United States of America. And you're like, yeah, like there would be laws, like if superheroes and magic exists in the world, there would be laws in place to make sure not everybody would just be able to like open up a portal to hell and then not know how to close the portal to hell. Like you open up that portal, you would be liable for the damages any demons or any monsters come out and cause, which then again, well, we've already seen them have the inhibitor bracelets, which were first introduced off the top of my head in Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, which stops him from using his powers. But then we also see a version of that again in the MCU when she's dealing with Emil Blonsky. They have the exact same inhibitor things. So yes, you would be able to arrest a magician for the illegal or gross negligent use of magic and then try them in an American court of law and then put them in jail, while also having like someone like the Sorcerer Supreme or a mage from Comertage come in, sit down and be like, hey, this is what went wrong, this is what the person did, they absolutely fucked up. I absolutely love it. I also love the fact that like they're flexing more of Jen. Like Wong opens up a Wong opens up a portal to her house while she's having the date with the dude, which my man definitely clapped some cheeks. He got some She-Hulk cheeks. So salute to that man, because he's living the dream of like I would say about 97% of the planet at the moment. But he opens up a portal to Jen's house and he's like, I need your help. She shows up and they're fighting demons. I like the fact that the demons have the exact same powers as the Dweller in Darkness, where when you kill them, they don't die, they just come back. And then as you fight them, they get bigger. That's a beautiful fucking concept for just like an unstoppable demonic army. That is fucking great. But it's the idea that Wong can't get them back into their portal, so he opens up another portal to like the Antarctic and he sends them there so they can just basically freeze and be frozen for all time. But I'm like, yo, Wong, there's like global warming. What happens when like the global warming, you know, melts the polar ice caps? We're gonna have like a few hundred demons that are just like on Earth, that the longer that they stay on Earth, the bigger, meaner, and more difficult to deal with they become. But that's an issue for, I'm guessing, like the 2099 universe and Miguel O'Hara down the line, where it's just like, yeah, 100 years later, Alchemex, Miguel O'Hara, you guys will deal with the thawing demons in the north that multiply like rabbits. I said it before, but I love this series. Like, some people are taking this show way too seriously, whereas She-Hulk isn't taking itself seriously at all. It's just having fun. It's having fun introducing different characters from the MCU. It's having fun introducing different concepts from the MCU. Just kick back, laugh. It's not everybody's cup of tea. Like, The Office is regarded as probably one of the greatest comedy shows of all time. But I know people who don't like The Office because they don't like the comedic style that The Office puts forward, but they like the comedic style, let's say, a show like Seinfeld. So if it's not for you, it's not for you. You move on, you can wait for the next Marvel project to happen, see if that one's for you. If it's not, you're just basically waiting for the movies to come out. But for the most part, it's like I said, every single one of these episodes, I'm digging this show. Like, I think this show is funny as fuck. Like, once you stop taking it seriously and you just sit down and you start enjoying it, I think that there's really something special there. And I can't wait for next episode, because I've never seen somebody sue a superhero for using the name that they themselves threw out there, like, just off the top of their head. And it's like, no, you owe me liable. Like, me taking Captain America or Bucky taking Captain America to court because Steve decided to call himself Captain America, and he's like, no, I called you Captain America. I'm the only one allowed to use that because it originated from me. So you owe me money, you owe me dollars, you owe me royalties. But then the question is, like, what's the percentage of zero, since Jen isn't actually taking royalties? So would Tatiana have to sue, which is hilarious that her name is Titania, and then the person who plays She-Hulk is Tatiana. That's gonna bug me for like ever. But then the question it basically comes down to is like, yeah, you're suing Jen for royalties, but like, she's not making any money off the She-Hulk name. So the only thing that you'd probably end up doing is like, she wouldn't be able to call herself She-Hulk. But then would you have to sue the companies that are using her likeness and calling her She-Hulk, like news companies and all these other that's a iffy thing to try and bring to trial, but we'll see next week. Yeah, that's basically all I want to say about She-Hulk. I love this show. Like, I know it's not everybody's thing. I've harped on that before, but I think once you take the blinders off and you just kick back, I think that there's actually a show here to enjoy. That's the end of the review. I'll catch you in the next one.